Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to continue working on the garage and mansion. First things first, I've got to take care of a few changes here, which were suggested by a friend and also from the comment section in the last video. The walls are 2 studs wide. That's how I was able to create this awesome diamond-like design. The windows are inset 1 stud. These windows right here are also inset 1 stud, but we're going to change that so they're flush with the exterior wall. That does indeed look so much better. Thank you so much, Tangem. Before we continue with that, I want to talk about something that I mentioned in recent uploads, and that is potentially acquiring a larger space for the Bricksie studio. I've been looking into it. I'm not sure if it's 100% yet. I hope it is. I want a bigger space so we can build cooler things like larger campgrounds and get the medieval area up off the ground and the train yard up off the ground, and and integrate this mansion that we're working on into the Lego city and have the Lego city easier to access so I can actually extract the zoo and work on it and just have a big studio that is awesome, and then we can create even better content here on the channel. When I made a video pitching that idea and just suggesting that I'm looking into it, a lot of people were wondering how they can support that project, and a lot of people in the comment section were saying you should start a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter. So I did. I started a GoFundMe for the people that are requesting it. It is in the pinned comment and the description below, and thank you. I don't expect anything, but it's there for the people who are asking for it. Yeah, let's continue with the build. A comment sort of made me chuckle. They were like, why are there drivers in the cars? That makes no sense. And why are there race cars in this luxurious garage? That doesn't make any sense either. I agree. Of course, I'm going to be removing all of those drivers, and I'll be removing the race cars as well. I have yet to build these bad boys right here, and they're for sure going to go in the garage. When I finally decide which vehicles are going to stay in this garage, I'll go ahead and remove all the drivers. If I remove them too early, they end up in weird places, like outside of Imperial shuttles, or worst case scenario on these base plates right over here. And I definitely don't want that to happen. So I've been thinking about what we're going to do with this garage for a little bit here, and actually came up with a plan that involves reducing the size of the garage by 2 stalls. I've got to remove all of these tiles right here. You know I mean business when I whip out this bad boy right here. This is the big brick separator from the art sets. This thing has no problem ripping off tiles and sending them absolutely everywhere. Let the fun begin. I just really wanted to expose those colorful plates again. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be tiling this all off in reddish brown because that is going to become a hardwood floor. In fact, our mansion is going to start right here. Now, the reason we decided to do that is because this garage is really tall. It's 12 bricks tall. So you can't really have a staircase going up to the front door. So we've decided that we're going to bring the front door down to garage level. So it'll be a nice hardwood floor and then a winding staircase that leads up to the 2nd floor of the mansion. I have also started framing out the front of the garage. Originally, I thought I was going to create some sort of sliding barn-style doors that come in here, but it turns out I think we're going to do overhead garage doors because Simon, that's the gentleman that helps me in the Lego room, actually brought one of his garage doors from one of his mocks from home. He said we should build an overhead garage door just like this here. It's custom built, it looks really cool, and all the different panels actually hinge at the joints just like that there. It's really neat. It's going to look really clean. So we're actually going to build a bigger version of this that's 20 studs wide for right there, and then we're going to build a second one for right there. But look at that garage door. That's crazy. I was just thinking of making some sliding barn doors that just pretty much slide into this open area here, but I really like this design. I've started building the front of the garage here. You can see it has the hinges on the top and bottom on the side panels, so they can hinge just like that there. It's the same on either side. I made the frame of it black rather than white. I don't know if I should have went with white or black, or if there's already too much white in this garage. I do have the hinges, so I could change it to white. However, I sort of like the way the black looks there. But after seeing the black bricks next to the black garage doors, I think I'm going to change it all to white. Won't take long. It looks pretty white, doesn't it? But when you peer through the windows, you're going to see the hardwood floor, which is the reddish brown accent that I've been mentioning. We've also started inserting the tracks for the garage door just so we know where to tile off. For now, this is what we can create for the garage door. We've got the tracks inserted there, and we decided to give them a little bit of texture with some headlight bricks and 1x1 tiles. Eventually, this garage door is going to match the height of the garage. It's going to be 12 bricks tall. But you can see the track system uses bricks and panels and some of those curved slopes, the large ones. It just creates a track out of bricks, which is different. It's pretty neat. It's got a bunch of different points of articulation, and it'll just glide up on the track like that there. Very clever. A really neat garage door. Can't wait to see it in its full size and sort of retract all the way back into the garage. That's going to be super neat. However, we need to order some more pieces to continue building the frame or the track for the door, and also to continue building the door itself. And then of course we have to replicate that on this side over here as well. I modified this wall once again because it actually worked out perfectly. The bottom hinge, there's one right there, actually connects to the garage door track, and it's going to connect it to the upper portion of the garage door track as well. But once again, we've got to order some more white hinges. So more parts for the ongoing order. Included in those parts, it's going to be more reddish brown tile, because I'm pretty much out of reddish brown tile. I've got that done, and then all of this color over here is exposed, but I've got a plan. Okay, so I originally thought that this building here had a reddish brown floor in the inside. I wasn't wrong, but said reddish brown floor is a combination of plates and tiles. I thought it was fully tiled off, and I thought I was going to absolutely devastate this thing and take all of the tile out, but I'm wrong. I'm still going to take out the tile because I need those, and it should go a long way, but I just thought I was going to be able to extract way more tile from this old Sanctum Sanctorum mock. But look at that, I was able to extract enough tiles from the Sanctum Sanctorum to finish off that area. That looks pretty sweet. I think I'm going to leave it alone though, and I'm not going to extract the rest of its tiles, but I have another plan to get rid of all of these colorful plates, and I actually think it's going to improve the look of this area and the mansion in general. Before I do that, I just want to show you some other changes that we've made to this area. We actually made this a little bit larger here using some angle bricks and angle plates, and this is going to be where our front entrance is to the mansion. Just right there. It gives us a nice little branched out shape there. And it's probably going to be centered right here among those colorful plates. My goal is to get rid of all the color, so that's why I started laying out some gray tiles and also some green plates for grass. I also started building this dock here. It's not done yet. It looks like a large land speeder. I'm not sure what kind of detail I'm going to add here or if this is going to be the design, but it's just some basic dark tan plate with some 2x2 circular bricks underneath for supports. I think it looks pretty good, and it's going to service a large yacht. What exactly is going to go on there, I'm not sure. And is it going to change? Most likely. Also, I think I'm already going to change this grass here. I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks, but first let's take care of this right over here. Oh yeah, I also cleaned up all this tile as well. I think that's going to be where our garage ends and our mansion starts. Now the mansion is going to have a different design than the minimalistic garage. It's not going to have the same glass panels and slopes and inverted slopes. So I'm actually going to take apart this wall right here. So I got started on this, but guess what? We've got a beam being installed right now, everybody. It's 142 studs long. And this goes from one wall to the next wall. Now, we wanted it to be a floating beam, but we have to put one support in the center of the garage. It's just too big. And we built this beam using Technic bricks and Technic axles with 2x6 white tiles on top. Okay, in order to install this beam strategically, we've got to extract like some plates. So we've got to rip apart our garage. Oh man, this stuff is like in there real good. But we've got to get into the center and pretty much destroy. A lot of work. But you know what? It'll go back together pretty quickly because we're actually going to put a specialized piece right in here so we can run a Technic axle through the beam. Ah, my garage, no! So our beam is going to be embedded in the mills plate, and there's going to be a Technic axle that runs into this modified brick, and that should give it a lot of support. I can't believe we've got all these fancy sports cars hanging out in a construction site. Oh, the humanity. I've actually raised this up here by another brick. So now where our mansion is, it will be one brick taller than the garage. That's going to help reduce the staircase height within. And I just think it makes more sense because it segregates the garage from the mansion. And besides the perimeter, I've decided to make it all dark gray just because it looks better than all of those colors. And eventually, when I get the reddish brown 1x tiles, we'll make it all hardwood as well. So as I said, I started putting some grass in, and then I put some of these wedge plates along the edge of the grass, so it gives us that unique shape along the sidewalk there. But I'm actually going to improve that. I'm not sure I like the fact that those wedge plates are coming one plate higher off of the 4x green plate. So we wanted to improve the look of the beam by using brackets and tiles, giving it a nice clean look. This is actually very similar to how the Bricker Builds lightsaber was built. Unfortunately, we ran out of the white brackets, but there's a good example of what it'll look like when it's all done. The beam is placed strategically here in the garage, so it provides the upper floor with a lot of support, and I'm going to show you that in one moment. We also added some light detail as well, using some trans yellow elements, a 1x2 modified plate with the slide, and also the cheese slope. And there's lights on the bottom side of the beam, and on either side as well. There's the support pillar in the center there. We used those like grooved 2x2 circular bricks. I think it looks pretty good. We didn't want to do the support pillar, but it was definitely necessary. But when we have all of the Technic pins, the brackets, the tiles, the support pillar, this beam is pretty sturdy. It's going to do a pretty good job of supporting the upper floor. We also built one more beam right there, and like I was saying, these beams are strategically placed. I'm going to build the second floor using 16x16 plates, and these are perfectly fit so that they will rest on this beam here and also over here as well. So when I start building the second floor of this garage, it's going to be massive. I refuse to use a ridiculous amount of small plates, so I'm going to be using 16x16 plates. The grass has been substantially improved. I put that underlying plate of miscellaneous colors, and then I put the green on top. So now the grass is higher than the sidewalk and also the ingot driveway there. I also added a sidewalk here along the ocean, a little wall here that has some masonry bricks built into it. I'm considering making one change with the masonry bricks. In fact, I want all of this light gray to be masonry bricks. Just sort of looks more realistic. That's all the light gray brick used to create the mills plate and also the light gray brick in the short little wall there. So I changed up all the grass there. It's got an interesting shape. I don't know. Maybe it should be a little bit more square because I'd imagine the family living in this house here has a pretty good landscaping crew, I would think. Maybe it's not right to have it all these weird angles, but I definitely think it looks better than just having square grass, you know? I just think having it like shaped like that looks way better. But yeah, the sidewalk will lead up to the front door of the mansion here and also to the door of the garage right here as well. And I just put that in there. Yeah, it's got the same diamond-like design with the the windows inset. And then I've once again got to get some of those inverted slopes. They are on order along with all of the other parts that I need. There are a lot of parts that we need to order. It's crazy. And I also started creating the beach right here as well. So I think the beachfront is going to go like that there. This is going to be the entrance to the mansion. And then right here is going to be a patio with a pool and some steps down onto the beach. Going to be pretty neat. But yeah, in regards to parts that we have to order, 16x16 plate, need a lot of those. Window glass, Need a lot of those as well. Everything to create the garage doors and the rails for the garage doors. Huge amount of parts there. Just like, it's crazy. So I got to order all this stuff, and I'm slowly accumulating those orders on Bricklink and also on the Lego website, because I need a bunch of tile for the city, and light gray. We need reddish brown now. We need a whole bunch of different stuff. It's actually crazy how many parts we need to fuel this project. So we should. It's a massive project, right? I'm pretty excited about it, and it's completely custom, which is really neat. I haven't really done that many custom projects. Like, I won't lie. It's not really my forte to be doing custom stuff, but I want it to be. Like, I want to create cool custom stuff. More so what I've done in the Lego city here is landscaping, like the farm. That's custom, right? All the landscaping in the campground, that's custom as well. The mountain back there, that's custom. The zoo, that's custom as well. But I want to get into building structures, because I've more so just done like landscaping and fountains and trees and bushes and that style of stuff. But making really neat structures would be cool. I mean, I guess I did the Daily Bugle, I did the Avengers Tower, Jose did the facades on either side of Diagon Alley, and there's other stuff in here as well that's custom, but not a whole lot of it. More so just like the Mills plating and the extension of the Home Alone house and the Mills plating of the Quickie Mart and the Simpsons house. I would love to do some more like 100% custom projects. The problem is I have to get rid of official Lego sets and rebrickable models in order to make space for things like that at this particular point in time. That's why I wanted to use this table over here as a custom, or a space where I can build some custom stuff. And that's the garage for today, everybody. Got quite a bit done. We eliminated all of those colorful plates, which is awesome. I love the fact that there's no more colorful plates here. It actually looks like an island. I've got to place some Bricklink orders tonight, and then I'm sure tomorrow I'll continue working on this, because that beach looks like it needs some help, but so does my wife upstairs. So I got to go help her out with the kids. Everybody, have yourselves a great day. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. Farewell.